Welcome to Zimmerman Podcast, episode 115. Today is week 3 in our brand new series, The Path Back to You. If you're new here, we're taking 52 weeks to discover how to become who you're meant to be. Each month, we dive into a new topic, and this month, it's all about energy. Today, we're talking about how to raise your vibration and protect your energy. Let's get started and take the next step on the path back to you. All right, you ready? Let's do it. I'm Jessica Zimmerman, and this is Zimmerman Podcast. I'm a serial entrepreneur, mom to 3, and professional oversharer who has spent a decade building my business and helping others do the same. From wedding floral design to business education, features in Martha Stewart Weddings and Forbes magazine, and even writing and publishing my best-selling memoir, Sleeping with a Stranger, my business has kept growing, evolving, and changing year after year, just like me. Because the best thing about building a strong business is the freedom it gives me to live a full life. And that's what Zimmerman Podcast is all about, sharing real, transparent, in-the-moment reflections about how to live a life, build a business, and lead a family through the good, the hard, and the messy. That's what we're doing each week, right here on Zimmerman Podcast. Welcome to the show. Abundance is a vibration. Every time we let go of old energy, old friends, and old identity, an energy exchange takes place. You let go of the old and begin to further embody your higher self. This process is not instant. It requires energetic integration. It requires you to live through that energy as a form of embodiment. It's true. The universe speaks the language of energy. What you emanate is what you receive. So can you emanate more magic, more play, laughter, and bliss? You can. When that's the language you speak, that's what the universe will speak back to you. Life is full of exchanges where energy is the currency. With every interaction, you're either buying or selling, taking in energy or giving it away. Social media is an energy exchange. Television is an energy exchange. Podcasts, music, audiobooks, these are all energy exchanges. What you read, the food you eat, the conversations you have, the people you engage with, all energy exchanges. What does this mean? Protect your energy, always. Living a high vibe life seems like a fun, free spirit thing to do. But in reality, it requires incredible self-awareness and self-control, especially when you're first discovering where you've got some energy leaks. Negativity is contagious. Unhappiness is contagious. Fear is contagious. It could be leaking out of you or flowing into you without you even being aware of it. The good news is other things are contagious too. Happiness is contagious. So is optimism. So is love. Before you respond to someone, remember that your response is also your agreement to establish an energy connection with them, which may change your energetic field and your vibrational frequency. In less woo language, every interaction you have will either be someone bringing you down or pulling you up. And we all know what that feels like. The hostess at a restaurant who makes you feel like an idiot for not making a reservation, your energy dips. The random person in Target who compliments your outfit, energy rises. But if that's true, how can you learn to be more protective of your energy so these negative interactions aren't carried with you into the day? In many ways, your body tries to protect you from any new energy, high or low. Your nervous system is wired to keep you in homeostasis. It has a set threshold that feels safe, and it does not want to change. So you mentally and energetically might be ready to shed bad energy and invite in new energy, but your body and mind might be working against you. This is sometimes what happens when you feel ready for new things, but they feel constantly just out of reach. You need to allow your nervous system time to catch up. So often, slowing down and allowing your mind and body to catch up will help. Here's what you can do. Number one, be honest about your current growth limitations. Any ways that you feel like your actual self is bumping up against your hope for who you long to become or your highest self are growth limitations. It could also be completely physical things that seem to get in your way: fatigue, sleeplessness, sugar cravings, lethargy, anything that seems to be coming between you and who you want to be. Number two, listen to your body's cues. Learn to see the ways you respond to energy in and energy out. First, in social situations, it'll be more obvious there, and then in other contexts as well. Don't seek to change or stop anything at this point. Just become curious and aware of your responses and recognize when you're leaking energy that you want to reclaim. Number three, when you're ready to make changes, make them in slow, steady steps. Allow your nervous system to acclimate after each small change and speak kind words over yourself for changing patterns that you've most likely held for decades. These slow, easy steps will help you have more control so you can put energy into growth instead of leaking it into people and situations who aren't serving you. When you feel like you're losing your mind, I'm here to help you restore your soul. A few years ago, I woke up and felt like everything in my life was a lie. I didn't recognize myself or any of the people around me. For the first time in my life, I questioned everything I had ever been taught or told. I didn't know what was true anymore, and I felt like everything I knew was slipping away from me. I went through a complete dark night of the soul until I was forced, by something much more powerful than me and my fears, to stop running from myself and start facing the truth. That the pain in my life wasn't coming from the world around me, but from the pain inside me. I remember thinking, what if the cause of your pain and the cure for your pain is the same? You. That's what my program, The Path Back to You, is all about. Not starting over, but starting again on a path that will return you to yourself, a path that will heal and refine you, a path that will break you and make you whole. When searching for answers to what felt like an all at once, completely sudden, never ending list of questions with no answers, all I found was the advice: just sit with yourself and heal. All the answers are inside of you. And I remember thinking, gee, thanks. That's helpful. I know I need to heal, and I'm willing and ready to do the work to do that, but how? Where do I begin? Well, it took some time, but after years of therapy, researching on my own, trial and error, mess ups and setbacks, I found my way back home, back to myself. In The Path Back to You, I share with you my own personal story of struggle and trauma as a sacred offering. My hope is that through my story, you can better see yourself. I share with you my darkest moments and the steps I took to find my light, the light I had dimmed for most of my life. Throughout all the heartache I've endured, I've finally found peace, and I want to share my roadmap with you. If any of this resonates with you, trust that this episode found you for a reason. Trust the divine intervention. Those brave enough to have embarked on a healing journey know how incredibly lonely and painful it is. I remember feeling completely isolated, like I didn't even belong in this world anymore. It was scary as hell. But I want you to know you are not alone. While I fully believe healing is a solo journey, I think it's totally okay to have a roadmap and a pathfinder who has gone before you to guide you as you return home to you. Join me on the path back to you. Click the link in the show notes or go to jessicazimmerman.com to learn more. And just for you, podcast listeners can get 15% off with code PATH15. That's PATH15. As you grow, your environment will want to change. You need to allow it. Don't resist it. You have to learn to flow with the energy because new opportunities only come with new energy. We create new energy with new habits. If you want certain things, abundance, financial wealth, love, you must be vibrating at a frequency that matches that. This requires a change in energy. You want big changes? God is ready to give them to you, but you have to be willing to allow the smaller shifts in energy to occur. This requires you to stop holding on to anything that needs to make its way out. Letting go is liberating. Don't match anyone's energy. Embody your own. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you and strive to be a reflection of the energy that you hope to receive. As you heal, you will both repel the people who no longer resonate with the new you, and you will attract the people that resonate with the integrated you. It's time to move into the energy that supports the wholeness of who you are. We will talk more about letting go later in this series, The Path Back to You. But I want to wrap up today's episode by sharing that in the blog version of this podcast, I share one of my favorite images to remind me that letting go is what we have to do in order to get better. I first saw this image when I was in middle school, and it has always stuck with me. If you want to see it, the link to the blog where it's posted is linked in the show notes and description. Thank you for joining me today as we journey together on this path back to you. I hope what you heard resonated with you and you can take it with you into your week. If you're looking for more resources for the journey, you can visit jessicazimmerman.com. I'll see you right back here next week for our next leg of the journey.